Back again. Oh, already yawning. That's a good start. Oh. Great start to stream. I'm not tired at all. I'm actually not. I'm feeling great. Alright, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Let's hope Twitch doesn't, like, lose control today. Let's hope that I can remain connected on Twitch and it doesn't just, like, disconnect and kill stream over there. Let's hope. I forgot to add the new, what are they called? Twitch channel point redemptions. I forgot about that. Also, my alerts aren't working, apparently. Thank you for the 2, Dr. Mr. Plant. I guess maybe my alerts aren't working today. I don't know why your thing hasn't showed up yet. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's really fun. Have you changed your mind on the geoglyphs yet? Kind of, but not in the way you're gonna like. Alright, get it out of the way real quickly. Right now, we're getting it out of the way. We're not getting caught up in geoglyph arguments today, okay? Geoglyph arguments, we're not getting caught up in them today. I will say one quick thing about the geoglyphs when we go over into Minecraft, and that's it. I'll be commenting on one last thing about the geoglyphs, and that's it. After that, I will not be responding to any geoglyph messages because I'm frustrated by this whole thing, and I don't want to keep perpetuating the argument. Please make your bed. Oh yeah, let me make my bed real quick. Sorry, chat. Let's There we go. That's better. I made my bed, chat. There you guys go. Come on, guys. You should learn this by now. You should learn this by now. Alright. Looks like I'm connected everywhere. So yeah. Let's turn over. Let's get the quick bit about the geoglyphs out of the way. Because people are going to be asking about it. And I don't want to argue about it. So we're talking about it one time right now. And that's it. After this, we're done. Okay? Last stream, people brought up endstone as a potential block for the geoglyph. I didn't like it for many reasons, one of them being that endstone is yellow. This started a whole movement of people after stream who were talking about how endstone was the best choice. So I did some research. Number 1, I used this color picker from Axiom and put in endstone. Look at that. Endstone is yellow. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2, I took screenshots from my game, color picked them in Photoshop, the geoglyphs, took the hex code and inputted it into here. Endstone was not nearly a close match. As a matter of fact, on this list, Emerald Block showed up as a closer match than Endstone by 20 blocks. Endstone is out of the equation. We're not using Endstone. So all the people who are freaking out about that after stream, no, not in the equation anymore. Endstone is not in consideration. Boom, that's done. Everyone is still pissed off with Emerald, okay? And because of that, I'm thinking about choosing the bad ending for everyone and going back to a frog light. So, yeah. That's current consideration. I'm thinking about giving everybody the bad option. Nobody likes any of the picks we've had. From what I remember, people didn't really like the frog lights either. The frog lights, I think everyone was just kind of like, whatever. I don't think anyone particularly loved or hated the frog lights. So, I think everyone was just kind of in the middle with the frog lights. So, nobody's going to agree. Everyone's going to be constantly pissed off about this. So, we're probably just going to have to pick something in the middle that nobody's particularly fond of. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because I don't think the frog lights are going to look good in the snow. That's my only concern. I don't think the frog lights are going to show up as well for the geoglyph up here. I don't know. There we go. Done. That's all we're talking about with the geoglyphs. We're done. Geoglyph conversation for the day is over. It's behind us. We're done. Let's get building. Okay, here's my current plan, guys. Here's my current plan. So, the current, outline for this region is kind of this whole top left corner. HEBRA, Tabantha over here on the left, and, this whole Ridgeland area. So, first up on the agenda here as we move towards, HEBRA, I want to finish the Ridgeland. This whole area, basically south of the canyon. So, we're gonna kind of be finishing, like, this area down here. Everything south of Tanagar Canyon. That's, like, the first area I want to finish. So, I don't know what's around here. I know there's a tower, like, up here somewhere. So, we're probably gonna get that done today. We're probably gonna get the tower done. That is on the agenda for today. But just in general, I'm gonna be kind of going through this whole area, and we're just gonna be, you know, adding things, fixing it up. Yeah. We'll just see. I don't know what's around here. We're gonna find out together. So, yeah. What's your plan again, and when do you think the first episode will release? I don't know when the first episode will release. Definitely before the end of the year, at least. I can pull up the image again, so you guys can see what I'm talking about more clearly. Where is the image? That is the question that I do not know. Here we go. So this is my current rough draft plan for the series. All we really need to focus on for right now is top left, way down over there. Part 1. The Part 1 area is what's first on the agenda. Every single outlined area for the episodes include the surface, the depths, and the sky for that region. So episode 1 is not just going to be the surface of HEBRA, Tabantha, Ridgeland. Once we finish the surface, we're going to do the depths for this region, and then we're going to do the sky for this version. That's the plan. Boom. Done. Alright. So, I gathered some supplies. I gathered some fans and steering sticks before stream so that I have materials to craft hover bikes and stuff. We're just going to be kind of flying around this area and building whatever we find. First thing I notice is this big green... It's not green, I'm sorry. It's not green, I'm sorry. I know it's... Do you see what I mean? I literally see it as dark prism. We're building this big gray rock, because it's gray, not green. We're going to be building this thing. Because we do have templates for them in here. But we need a bigger one. We need a bigger one. So, we're just going to build it real quick. I don't think it's going to be that hard. So let's grab out some gray wool. This. And we'll grab shape tool. And we'll click. And we are going to... Cuboid. Is it actually a cuboid? It's kind of like roughly a cuboid shape. Right? It's like roughly square shaped. Yeah, it's like square shaped, and then we can kind of like punch out different details, I think. And then this is the right location. Yes. Perfect. Grazzy tripping again. I'm not tripping! It's genuinely what my eyes see. It's genuinely what my eyes see. Okay, so let's get like a big thing. Not that big. More like 15, 13, like this. And then we kind of rotate it out like that. What is this song? A Hat in Time OST. Okay. Someone just asked about it in chat. It is A Hat in Time OST Nyakuza Metro? Is that how you say that? Rush Hour? It's, this. I just typed it in chat if you want to look it up. Alright, let's place this here, and then we get a thinner one that's like 7 and then 11, maybe? Not even. More like 5 and 9. And we just kind of put this up here. Probably 5 and 7. Like that kind of deal. Make it a bit taller. Like so. And then there's another smaller one on this side. That's probably like 5 and 7. Like there. That's probably pretty good. Hello, Alfie. Welcome to the stream. What's the first syllable again for the song name? Nice try. You're not gonna trick me that easy, bro. You ain't gonna trick me that easily. Wait, since when were you making Tears of the Kingdom? Since like a week and a half ago. So this looks pretty good. We can kind of like punch this little gap into it that exists. Like so. And there's kind of like a gap here. Like that. Kind of something like that. That'll work. Alright. We're actually going to leave that as Grey Wool for now, because I'm sure there's more rocks around there, around the area like this. Like, immediately I can see some that are around this whole Geoglyph area. So we've got a small one right here. Let's grab out one of the small rock structures, which I believe is rock 10. And let's paste this in. Just like that. Doesn't interrupt the geoglyph. And then there's a big one over by the hand here. That's like this. There we go. Alright, I see a battle talus up on the hill above the geoglyph right here. And we actually built a battle talus yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and copy this guy and move him out. So let's do copy and then move back over here. And we're just going to paste. You look like Trevor from GTA. I really don't think I do. I really don't think I do, actually. Dude, I have a confession. A few weeks ago, I don't know how many of you guys remember this. Everyone used to say I looked like Dustin from Stranger Things. And I was always like, no, I don't look like him. I was always very against that idea, you know? And nobody really says I do anymore. But, a couple months ago, Stelios and I were in a call, and we got on the topic. And I started looking at old pictures of myself, and I was like, you know what? They were kind of onto something. They were kind of onto something. I was such an avid opposer to that idea. I was so insistent, like, no, I don't look like Dustin from Stranger Things. But, like, I was looking at some old images, and I was like, you know what? They might have been onto something. They might have been onto something. There's my confession. I have another confession about Stranger Things. I forgot about this. I have another confession about Stranger Things. Okay, so I recently, rewatched the seasons in preparation for the finale. Not like a full rewatch through, because I've already seen so much of Stranger Things. So it was almost more like a skim of Stranger Things. But I watched season 4 in full, and I used to say, whoops, I saved that in the wrong folder. I used to claim that Battle Pass. You guys did not see that. I did not just type in Battle Pass instead of Battle Talus. I used to claim that, why can I not save this properly? I used to claim that Stranger Things Season 4 was the worst season. And I do have an amendment about that. This is my first time rewatching Stranger Things Season 4. It's not the worst season. It's not the worst season. I changed my mind. It's not the worst season. It's the second worst season. It's still not the best. It's still not the best. 2 is worse than 4, but 4 is not better than 1 or 3. It's definitely worse than 2, or it's definitely better than 2, but it's not. Season 4 is not better than 3 or 4 or 2. 3 or 1. God. I can't speak. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. All right, let's get him out of here, and then we can Control B. And then we'll just kind of move. Whoa! How did that occur? I remember when Stranger Things, like, when I used to talk about this, everyone got so mad at me. Everybody got so mad at me when I said Season 4 is not the best season of Stranger Things. Everyone was, like, so... They're like, what? What are you talking about? It is the best season. I mean, now it seems like nobody really cares. It seems like people finally, like, woke up. People finally woke up and realized that Season 4 is, not incredible. Everyone, I gotta find a good place to put this guy because the slope makes it tricky. Maybe if I put him, like, down here. That might work. Or I could probably just put him up here, actually. Yeah, this is a better place for him. There we go. Hey, everyone got so mad at me. I never understood why. But, like, I didn't hate Season 4 as much this time around. I don't know. Nobody likes the emerald. That's why the geoglyph is so green. We already talked about this at length. Nobody likes anything we pick for this. So it's just in a stalemate. The geoglyph color's at a stalemate right now. It's in this weird in-between where it's not really anything official yet. It's probably going to be verdant froglights. Alright, should we craft a hover bike and start flying around? I kind of want to check out... It doesn't look like the ancient lab ruins are any different. We're just going to start flying over here and see what we find. Nancy fighting the shotgun was the best scene in Season 4. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It, like, just my issues that I originally had with Season 4 were just not as big of issues this time. Like, the whole Russia arc dragged a lot less than I remember it dragging. I need to pull these out. It didn't feel as goofy and, like, a parody of itself as I remember. Because I remember that was one of my big complaints when I first watched it. I was like, it feels like a parody of the first couple seasons. And it didn't really have that feel anymore, but, you know. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, we got a couple more small fallen rocks. We've got one here and, like, there. So let's get out the fallen, the tiny one. This guy. There's one, like, here. And then there's one on its side, like, here. Like that. Alright. There is a boss bokoblin. But that doesn't really change anything for me. There are a lot of rocks up here. Do I want to go super far northeast, or do I want to try and knock out the tower? I think what we should do today, chat, we should knock out the tower that's right here, and then try and finish this whole northeastern section. Probably more. That's what I'm thinking. We can just knock out this whole, like, square. And that's, like, a good chunk of the map. Like, look at that. That's a good chunk of the map that we could knock out in a single day. This is the good thing about tiers. Yeah, let's go knock out this this tower, this whole area. There is actually a second little enemy tower and a crate next to the battle talents as well. So we need to get out, is that a wooden crate? That's a wooden crate. So we need to get out spruce wood and barrels. And do, like, this thing for the little crate. Anything else over there? Nope. Nope, nothing else. Oh, what's that over there? That's just another enemy camp. So let's copy this tower and move it down. Like so. And we just put it like here. And this one will have a chest on it. So there we go. Alright. The YouTube chat is pure spam, so I moved. Yeah, YouTube chat. Dude, okay, I saw a really funny comment today when I woke up. I saw a really funny comment today when I woke up. It, like, genuinely made me laugh out loud. On my short that I uploaded yesterday about, like, how I'm colorblind and it's, like, hard to trust chat on color options. Somebody commented on that short and told me, Just ignore Twitch chat and look at YouTube chat, because YouTube actually speaks in complete sentences. And I was like, what kind of alternate timeline is this guy living in? What kind of alternate timeline is this guy living in? For like an entire day, my YouTube chat was just people saying, bagel story, bagel story, bagel story. Like, what? I was like, what are we talking about? YouTube chat does have a lot of, like, good suggestions sometimes, but it also has a lot of spam. You never built Shadow Hamlet Ruins. Yeah, I know that I didn't. I never built Shadow Hamlet Ruins. It's true. I never did it. Can you guys believe me? Can you guys forgive me? I am aware. I'm aware that I haven't. Okay. We got a lot of fallen big rocks in this area. So let's finish these up. What is that? Oh, okay. Never mind. We got a lot of stuff in this area. We can kind of look at the map to get an idea. There is an Addison sign here, which is going to be quite something. But for now, we can start implementing these fallen rocks. Okay, so there's like a vertical one here. Let's choose like Fallen Rock 2. Based on the terrain, it's about here-ish. About right here. Make sure it's oriented the right way. Probably a bit further down. You still owe me that bunch of bananas for the Day of Village Ruins bet. I do owe Goat a bundle of bananas. Back when I was building Breath of the Wild and I did the Farron episode, I cut out the Day of Village Ruin segment from the video because it didn't really fit in anywhere in the video, right? And I mentioned that to Goat, and she was like, I guarantee you somebody is going to ask about Day of Village Ruins. And I bet a lot of you guys don't even know what Day of Village Ruins are. And that's why I said, nobody's going to ask about Day of Village Ruins. Nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about Day of Village Ruins. I uploaded the video. 4 hours later, somebody comments, what about Day of Village Ruins? Nobody else. Literally nobody else ever commented. That is the only comment I've ever gotten about Day of Village Ruins. 4 hours after I made the bet. And the only person, nobody else ever commented about it. It was only that one person. And I was like, like, seriously? Like, seriously? You forgot them? No, I built them. I just didn't put them in the video because they didn't really fit in. It's this area, I think. I think it's this area right here. This little spot of the map. Is this little spot here, I believe. If I remember correctly. Because, like, it just didn't fit anywhere in the video. Because, like, the video started here, and then I moved into the Farron Woods. So, like, no matter where I put the Day of Village, it just felt off. I remember the first draft of the video had Day of Village Ruins in it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it no matter where in the video I put it. So I just cut it out because I figured nobody cared. That one person cared. That one person cared. How often do you read YouTube chat? I mean, I read it a lot. Pretty much every time I look over, I look at YouTube chat and I read some messages. But, like, no offense to YouTube chatters, but a lot of what goes on in YouTube chat is just nonsense. There's a lot more, like, coherent, complete thoughts going on in Twitch chat. Again, it's not everyone in YouTube chat. I would go as far to say that the majority of YouTube chat is, like, not that bad, honestly. But, like, right now, I look over, eat the thermal paste, please. Like, why would I be reading that message out, you know? That's why I mostly read Twitch chat out loud. I'll see most of what happens on YouTube chat. I just won't read it out loud. Alright, so there's a few more. There's like one back over here. Kind of like, looks like that. And then there's one closer, like here-ish. So let's grab out... This one's like very slightly crooked. Do I have like a slightly crooked one? Not really. We'll have to just go with a more extreme crookedness. Like there. And then there's a straight up and down one like here. Yeah, and then the big one is like... The big one's like over here. I'm gonna actually mark it out right now. The big one in the distance is like right here. Which gives us space in this area. So there's one. There's another straight one like here. So let's get out 6 maybe. Put it in place. And then there's a small one, a very tiny one like near it. There we go. There we go. How long do streams last? Usually like at least 3 hours. Because like going 3 hours kind of brings me perfectly to like dinner time for me. Like I'll eat like an hour before stream, and then I stream for like 3 hours, and then I start to get hungry, and it's dinner time for me at that point. So it's like usually like 3 hours, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. Okay, what else? We have one of these things. Let's go say hi to Addison real quick. Dude, I should take this as an opportunity to actually complete every Addison sign. Cause I've never done them all. Should I do that? I guess I should probably like do that as I go along, huh? How do I do this one? Do I just like put this in? That's too big. I need... Okay, I have an idea. This'll work. Trust me, chat. That actually does work. Bro, let go. I let go. Yeah, he's standing. There you go, buddy. Oh my god, I never noticed how ugly Addison is. Holy, that is his name, right? It's Addison, yeah. Yeah, look at this. On this save file, I've literally never done one of these. I just never cared to. Rude. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I just looked at it and was like, oh, wow. Dude, shut up. I'm trying to build. Shut up, buddy. Look at this guy. Wasting my time. All right. So it's one of these. These things we already built. Where did we build them? Down here? Yeah. There was one further this way that... Yeah, this one. I want to copy this one. I should probably put this in my TOTK assets folder. Would sea lanterns be a better choice for the geoglyph? No, because they're white. I'm probably going to switch them to verdant frog lights because they're a green light source.
Season 1 will always be the GOAT season, but Eddie was such an amazing character, which is why I think people were so quick to label 4 as the best.
Thank you for the 5. I live in a box. I appreciate it. See, that's kind of the interesting thing for me, and part of the reason I think I didn't like Season 4 as much. I don't like Eddie. I don't like Eddie. Like, he kind of annoys me. He kind of annoys me, like, a lot. He was never really a character that I enjoyed much. I don't, like, dislike him, but, like, he's, whatever. He kind of just annoyed me. We're gonna put this, Hudson, I'm gonna call them bays, like they're building bays, so we'll call it Hudson Bay 1. Put that in the assets folder, and then we can just move it straight down, I guess. What are you talking about, Whale? Hold on, Whale. Something doesn't feel right here. I swear, if I teleport over to you and it's some stupid, like, nerd emoji or something, I'm banning you for the whole stream. Where is bro? Yeah, I know about this. It's not a problem. Why are the geoglyphs bright green? Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. I know it's not your fault. For everyone who isn't caught up, the color of the geoglyph has been a high point of contention for the last, like, 4 days. Nobody likes anything. Nobody can agree on anything. So they're in a weird stalemate where they're not... We don't really have a good color picked out. I didn't know. No, you're fine. I know you don't know. It's just like... It's like... It's like when you meet a new group of people and you mention something that, like, you didn't know was, like, a point of tension, and then suddenly everyone goes, like, quiet. You know, that's what just happened. I think most agree on Froglight. People didn't really... From what I remember, people didn't really have much... People didn't hate the Froglights, but people didn't really particularly love them either. From what I remember. Everyone was just kind of in the middle with the Froglights. Because I remember we... tried out the Froglights, and nobody was really that happy about them. I see it, Alfie. Relax. We're going to Chubnox. Here you guys go. When we copied the world for the Tears of the Kingdom map, a lot of data got lost and didn't transfer over. So the eyeball lost its data, and it just it resorted back to a default player head. So Chubnox lost his eye. He lost his eye. Maybe we should give him like an eye patch. You're not Sneaky Goat. I know that was you. Should we give him like an eye patch because he lost his eye? How would we do that? Like dark oak? Something like this? He's got an eye patch? I don't know. Oh, I'm getting struck lightning. Oh my god. I barely got that. I looked over just in time. Julian, thank you for gifting 5 subs on Twitch. I appreciate it. All of your guys' names will be written in the Book of Supporters. I gotta get on that, man. I really gotta get on that. W-gifting. W-gifting, yeah. Where did that joke start again? How did gifting become a joke? I don't even remember. I don't recall. Thank you for gifting 5 subs, dude. I really appreciate it. You said gift? Yeah, I think I, like, accidentally said gifting instead of gifting at one point. Because I always stumble over my words, bro. I swear there's something wrong with me. The amount of times I, like, just mess up and say the wrong thing is, like, crazy. Redeemed right assign. Wait, who You misspoke. Gift for life. That's the sign I have to put down. Someone redeemed gift, or, not gifting. See, look at my brain rot. Writing a sign. Alright, where are we gonna write this sign? Let's write it in the ceiling here. Alright, what does it say? You misspoke. Gift for life. That isn't the message, right? It's showing up weird, but that is the message that was redeemed. Right, Grog? This is your message that you redeemed? It, like, doesn't show me properly who redeemed it. I think this is the message. You gotta let me know, Grog. Is this the message? This is the message, right? Any day now. It was an accident. Well, too bad. It's happening. Even if you accidentally did it, I have to honor it. I'm just gonna do this real quick so that I can get a feel for it. I'm just gonna leave this as Froglights for now, just so that I can, like, get a feel for what it would be like to actually keep it as Froglights. This is just for the time being. Alright. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the Addison sign. I saved that as a template, right? Addison sign, yes. Alright, we're gonna have to edit this. This one's kind of like this, right? Yeah. Can I swap it, Grazzy? I don't know. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm gonna be honest. I originally wasn't gonna do that points redemption for the Tears of the Kingdom map. I might honestly like change that soon and remove it. Because I don't know if I want that to be a thing to put on the Tears map. Okay, fine. You can... Your next message is going to be what I write on the sign. I might remove that, because I originally didn't want to do that for the Tears map, and I just forgot to remove it. Are you going to do the depths? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh my god. Oh, it's terrible. Nope, we're not paying attention to it. We're not paying attention to it. That is not gonna fit on a sign, lil bro. That is not gonna fit on the sign. But I'll try. That's definitely not gonna fit. No, I gotta keep caps. Wait, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. We'll save us from the, and then it cuts off. Frog. Frog. It's a typo. It's a typo. Frog. That was not funny at all. That was not funny at all. I don't know why I laughed at that so much. Frog. Oh my god. Where's my hover bike? Here it is. Whoa, okay, this one's a weird one. Okay. Yeah, this one's weird. Alright, there's a lot going on here. In this spot.
Have you tried the Hexaplex mod for colorblind correction? It's fully customizable and will hopefully let you get over your dark prismarine problems.
Thank you for the 5 pounds, Bouncy Bonbon. I appreciate it. No, I haven't, and it's not gonna help me if I do that. Because... Like, okay, let's say I install a mod for Minecraft that helps me get over my colorblind issues, right? The problem is, I look at Tears of the Kingdom, and this rock looks green to me. So it's not gonna help me if I change the textures of Minecraft blocks, because I'm still gonna look at Tears and say, oh, that's green. I should choose a green block for the rocks. That's why it won't help me. That's why I don't want to do anything like that. Dude, I wonder how expensive are colorblind glasses? I don't see myself like actually using change both. How would I change it for Tears of the Kingdom? How would I do that? I don't see myself using colorblind glasses like too much. But considering yesterday's colorblind short got 1 million views in 24 hours, I think it'd probably be a good investment for the sake of like a short, you know? Yesterday's short, by the way, was by far my most successful short. That thing literally got 1 million views in like 25 hours. Which, for those who aren't aware, that is insanity. Maybe there's colorblind screen filters. I feel like... I'm not familiar with how it works, but I feel like it's not as simple as, like, installing a colorblind filter. I think I need it to be, like, specifically tailored to fit my kind of colorblindness, right? I don't think it'd be as simple as just like, oh, let's turn on this default colorblind setting. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, if I just like open my Switch settings and turn on a colorblind filter that might exist, I don't trust it, honestly. I do not trust it. Actually, only 955K. Short views do not properly calculate on YouTube. YouTube Studio shows us the correct number. The first, like, usually the first, like, few days after uploading a video, it doesn't properly display the view number on, YouTube. It's always more than it actually shows. So, like, right now, if it says, like, 955K on YouTube, let me open YouTube Studio and look. YouTube Studio tells me that it has 1,060,635 views. The glass is like $200 to $400. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know. Probably like that height. Maybe a bit lower. It's probably good. Let's actually get back on my hover bike and get a distant view. Let's go to the mountain over here so I can get like a view of it from a distance. Let's just park like here. Okay. So, if we put, like, another thing on top, and we do height of, like, 15, maybe, and width of, like, 13 and 15, and kind of angle it down a little bit like this. And then we can kind of round it out a bit. Can we visit the kingdom of Minecraftia someday? That is elite ball knowledge. That's elite ball knowledge. Yeah, if I were to do, like, if I were to do the colorblind glasses, I would need to do, like, a lot of, research to, like, make sure, like, I'm buying the correct pair. Because it would be catastrophic for me to spend, like, 200 bucks on colorblind glasses, and it's, like, not the right kind of colorblind correction. Okay, and then we just place some, like, ones variously around here to change up the height a little bit, you know? Like that kind of deal. And then we can get a smooth tool and go, like, strength 3, radius 3, radius, like, 2, actually, and just, like... We can just kind of, like, melt the corners away a bit, smooth it out a little bit more. Give it a bit more shape. And then we can kind of... Oh, there's actually more platforms up here, too. So we need to do, like... Actually, no. It's like... I need to do this. And then... kind of something like this. Sure. What's going on over there? On-stream colorblind test. I mean, I can do one if you guys really want me to. I can do a colorblind test on stream. Let me pull one up. Hold on. I gotta find, like, a good one. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up. I'm going to do... this... What the heck is that? 1 second while I figure this out. Boom. I don't know why it's all the way up there. All right, here we go, guys. Colorblind test time. Let's do it. Here we go. Start the test. That's a 4. That's a 6. Three? It's maybe a 3. That's a 5. That's a 5. Nope. I don't got this one. I don't got this one. I don't got that one. That's a 5. That's a 6. Maybe a 3 again? I think it's a 3. 4. 8. I think that's a 5. I think that's a 1. 1 again. No. No, I don't got this one. I can vaguely see the red, but I can't see enough of it to know what the number is. No, there's literally there's no universe in which I get this one. I don't see anything. Again, I can like vaguely see the outline of like where, okay, part of the number's right there, but I can't see the whole thing. That's a 4. I think that's an 8. I think that's a 1? I don't know. 7. No. Nope. Nope. I kind of see like a line here and then like a diagonal thing there, so I think it's a 1. No. Nothing. Nope. There's literally nothing in this one. There is nothing in this one for me. Nothing. I'm going to turn the screen off real quick, make sure I don't like dox myself somehow. And then I'm going to enter results. Okay, here we go. There you guys go. Yeah, this is what I always get. Pro-tan colorblind. Stronger deficiency in my red color cone. If you go back to my colorblind filter short, this is literally the exact same thing I got. A stronger deficiency in my red color cone. I might be colorblind because I can't see some. I have unfortunate news for anyone who looked at this and couldn't see one of the numbers. I have unfortunate news for all of you guys. There's so many of those where I can like barely see, like part of the number is right there, but I can't make out the entire thing. That was kind of the problem. There were only a couple of those where I looked at and was like, there's absolutely nothing. Only a couple where I genuinely saw absolutely nothing. Yeah, we just need to kind of like round off the harsh edges a little bit like this. Like this. I just want to give it more like structural support. Because right now it doesn't look very supported. Maybe something like that. What are Zonai devices going to be? Like the fans or wings? I don't actually know if like I'm going to build those. I wasn't sure. I mean, I probably can. But I don't know what they're going to be yet. Lots of stairs and slabs will be used. I can tell you that much. Place all of the Minecraft blocks and tell us what color you think they are. See, I think like, for the most part, I know what colors are, like, which, you know? Like, the only ones that I think are kind of crazy is, like, this. I don't see much green in it. I'm pretty sure spruce wood has, like, a decent amount of green, and I don't see it. Am I wrong about that? I've heard people say spruce wood is green before, and I don't really see it. But maybe that's just, like, completely wrong. Really funny watching him do this because there's somewhere where it's like the colors are so close that it actually is really difficult to see, but Grazzy will just get it immediately. And then there'll be one that's super obvious that Grazzy just can't see at all. I didn't think about that, how there's some that's like hard for you guys to see and I get it immediately. Thank you for the bits, Voxel. What else? I'm trying to think like what other blocks I have trouble seeing certain colors in. I don't see much green in Tough. Like, I can kind of see it, but, like, for the most part, Tough just looks like a gray to me, you know? Tough just looks mostly gray. There's not really any green that I can see. What else? Is there anything else? I don't know. Oh, actually, fun fact, guys. Look at this. Fun fact about me being colorblind. I downloaded a darker diamond resource pack because I can't see the difference between diamond and iron. Like, I was doing a, for the Wither Volcano build from my last video, I was building a bunch of terrain, and I was marking completed terrain with diamond blocks and iron with uncompleted terrain or something like that. But then I had the issue where from a distance I could not tell the difference between the diamond and iron blocks. So I got a resource pack that makes my diamonds darker so that I can actually tell the difference.
Spruce and Tough don't have much green.
I know it's only like a little bit, but I don't see any. Thank you for the 2 towns, Schmard. I appreciate it. But, like, this is something that's really interesting to me, because I remember when I was little, like, Undertale, for example, seeing people fight against Papyrus, I was always so confused on how they were so good at telling the difference between the blue and the white bones. Because the blue is so light in the Papyrus and Sans fights for me that I can hardly tell the difference. Which confuses the hell out of me, because as we just saw from the test, I'm red-green colorblind. I am red-green colorblind. So, like, why? Why am I having trouble differentiating extremely light blues from white? I don't know. But yeah, that's why I have a darker diamond texture, because I can't tell the difference between diamond blocks and iron blocks. And it's the same thing, like, it always confused me when people could glance at somebody and tell, oh, you're wearing diamond armor. Because I glance at someone and I'm like, is that iron or diamond? I can't tell. So, like, I downloaded this just for the sake of the build. But then I was like, you know what? I actually like being able to see the difference between diamond and iron tools and such. So I'm keeping this on. That's strong key. Does Zor's domain look white to you? No. This thing is really ugly. Oh my god, this thing is disgustingly hideous. Actually, it's not so bad. Up close, it's pretty bad. Up close, it's pretty ugly. We are gonna have to do a lot of fixer-uppering. Lots of fixer-uppering up close. I kind of need that fallen star. I kind of want to go get that. Maybe some variation or the shape. It's just the shape. I'm gonna obviously like change the color and stuff. It's just the shape I don't like very much. I think I might have smoothed it out too much. So the darker diamond resource pack you use just makes it more blue saturated. Yeah. It's basically just a more saturated blue so that I can actually tell the difference between a white and the super light blue of diamond. The change from oh my god it's so bad to not is that bad was crazy. Well, like from here it looks pretty bad, but then from back here it looks pretty accurate. You guys have changed the color of the geoglyph. I'm trying out the verdant frog lights. I'm just kind of testing out the verdant frog lights to see how I like it, because like I don't like how white it is, but nobody's happy with anything, so I'm just kind of thinking we settle on like an in-between that nobody was like super passionate about. Because from like based on last stream, everyone wanted endstone, and then I wanted emerald. So I'm giving the bad ending to everyone who was on both sides. Me and all of the other actual builders on the project who liked the emerald are getting the bad ending because we don't get the emerald. And everyone who wanted endstone is getting the bad ending because, you know, they don't get endstone. It's basically an FU to both of us. Emerald's better from far away. Froglights are better up close up. That's exactly what I think. But we're not getting into this argument again. We've argued about this so much. We're not doing it. It would be really interesting to get those colorblind glasses for the sake of like a short. But again, I don't see myself really wearing them that much. Okay, I don't think this is that terrible. It's certainly not like beautiful, but like it's not really beautiful in game either. Well, alright, I have a new idea. I have a different idea. I think I know how to make this look a lot better. We're gonna move this out of the way, and I'm gonna try something new. So we're gonna stack this up back to about the height it was at previously, right? So the problem was that it was super square, right? We made one giant square, and then we smoothed it out. But by smoothing it out, we lost a lot of the rigid edges that these things have. So instead, what I propose we do is instead of doing one big square, we take a bunch of smaller squares that are like 7 blocks wide and maybe like 15 tall, and we just place these around and rotate them. Like this. And I think this will help with the shape a lot better. So that this way, it'll keep the rigid edges while looking better than a giant block. You see what I mean? I already think that's substantially better. Are we still on this one rock? Sorry, we got sidetracked with colorblind talk. We took a colorblind test. We got a little distracted. Like this. I think this is way nicer looking. Let's go down to 5 now. And let's add some smaller ones here and there. Get one like here, maybe. Like that. Oh my god, yeah, look at that. That's so much nicer looking. That's just like done now. Yeah, I was just doing it wrong the whole time. That's so much nicer looking. Holy. We're just like literally done with it now. Beautiful. We'll color it. We can color it now, actually. So first what we have to do is we have to do and this block. Oh, no. And this block. Can see sky. And then we get noise painter and we find fallen rocks top. And then if we color it, it should only paint the top. Beautiful. And we also have to paint this one over here. And then if we just select this and we do fallen rock base. Now we color the bottom. Boom. Oh, yeah, that's so much nicer. Might have issues with seeing some blues as gray because those blues have greens in them. A lot of people with Pro-Tan color blindness have this issue as well. That's probably it then, yeah. I don't usually have a problem with blue. It's just when we get to like really light blues that I start to have issues. There we go. Alright, what else is going on down here? There's a fox in front of me. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so we got a little platform underneath. I shouldn't have colored it yet. Let's get out shape tool, and let's do like this, and let's do like 9. Rotate it a little bit, and then go like this. Rotate a little bit more back in this direction, and then we can kind of like just move it under like there. Boom. That's great. Like there. And there's a tiny fallen rock here. Like that. And if we get out, let's just get out a temporary block. We'll just do this for now. Replace the whole top so that we can color it. Probably wouldn't be faster to replace the parts that aren't the top, but whatever. Alright, and then we do this. Actually, we should do this first. Boom. Oh, that's fine. And then we do this, and then we go back to Fallen Rock's top. There we go. There we go. So like cyan and teal. I wouldn't say cyan. Literally the perfect example is diamond. Like Minecraft diamond texture. That is literally the perfect example for blues that I have trouble with. The diamond texture, the diamond color. Mine is obviously darker, so I can't really show you on screen. Well, I guess diamond ore. Diamond ore isn't darker in this texture pack because I changed it. This kind of blue. This kind of blue is what I have trouble seeing. It looks almost white to me. That's, again, why I have trouble differentiating. If someone's wearing, like, iron or diamond armor, I have to, like, squint and really look for it to be able to tell. Alright. So, there is an enemy camp down there. What does it have? Has a bunch of barrels, a log. It's like right here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove all the grass in this little area and extrude it upwards. Like this. And then we replace that. Get rid of this. And then all we have to do is boom. Now we have a flat area to work with. Logs over there. We need barrel.
Narrator. Search. Narrator. Off.
Thank you, narrator. There's like a barrel here. And then another one right next to it. And then there's like 2 more over here. Log goes here. And they do have a campfire, but it's out right now because it's raining. So it's like that campfire here. And then they have like spikes so we can get out some mangrove roots and do like this kind of deal. There we go. And then we can get out the dirt path. Where is it? There it is. And we can just do a little bit of that. Perfect. I believe that is that done. There is a small rock right here on the hill. We're going to choose Fallen Rock 1 and just boom. Alright, good progress. Yeah, the surface, like, apart from, like, the glyphs and, like, Lookout Landing, I don't think there's going to be many, like, big new builds on the surface. It's just going to be things like this. Have you ever noticed how similar you and Failboat look? What does Failboat look like? Also, I think I just realized I didn't update stream title. It's not day 1293, it's day 1294. I just updated that. What does Failboat look like? You think I look like this guy? I do not look like Failboat. What the heck? He looks completely different from me. What are you talking about? I was just making stuff up. A block to use for the current geoglyph color? Right now it's verdant froglight. That's why it's not great. I'm sorry. I'm gonna not take shots like that. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Alright, let's move up towards the tower. Okay, we got a couple more fallen rocks around the path. There's one like up here on this hill. Look east. This is east. What am I supposed to be looking at? Did they tell me the wrong direction? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Go towards Lookout Landing. Ternary, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. Your name will be written in the book of supporters. Thank you, man. Thank you. Grok, yeah. This one pisses me off because of how pink I am. Look at how pink they made me, bro. I was crashing out about something in this image. I was crashing out about something in that image because my face was pink as hell. Oh, man. Alright, there's a couple more, like, very small ones. Let's grab out this one. Boom. Boom. Alright, up towards the hill. There are a couple on this cliff edge. There's one here and there's one there. Let's grab out, like, Fallen Rock 2. Boom, and then we can do 3 up here. Like that. Alright, there's more on the left here. There's a tiny one here. And then another pretty small one. It's this one sticking out of the edge. Like there. And there's a cave too. Okay. Let's take a look up here. There is a big fallen rock there. Did I misplace those? I didn't misplace those. No, I didn't. Okay. I thought I misplaced those for a second. Let's go Fallen Rock 4. They're like there. Are we gonna do pre or post dungeon? Like, is Zora's Domain gonna be all sludgy? I don't know. For something like Rito Village and Gerudo Town, I think it'd be fun to do pre-dungeon. But then, like, sliming up Zora's Domain with a bunch of mud, like, it's not gonna look good. And, like, I know that's the point, but, like, man. I don't know. I'll probably do pre-dungeon. I'll probably do the pre-dungeon. Alright, oh. Oh, wait a second. This is, like, completely different up here. Wait, I didn't realize how different the top of this mountain is. What the heck? The whole mountaintop is different. Alright, try and do this. This is gonna be a bit annoying to do, actually. Whose bright idea was it to build this tower here, by the way? Who the hell thought this was a good place for this thing? Like, yeah, that giant pedestal in the middle of the lake there? Build a tower on top of that. Bridge? We don't need a bridge. Idiot. Idiot, I tell you. Idiot designed this. Alright, let's get rid of these things. These things aren't here. We need our smooth tool, and we just do like that. That kind of flattens it out a bit more. We're gonna have to like edit this terrain though. All right, we're gonna remove a bunch of the trees. I need both of those. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do air. Goodbye, tree. All right, all these like trees up here, they gotta go. They gotta go. We can replace them later if they stay, but they gotta go. That one. We'll get rid of these two as well. So I think we're gonna have to like elevate a lot of the terrain here and bring it up. We're gonna have to like bring a lot of the terrain up here. Because yeah, it looks like it's flatter in tiers. So that shouldn't be hard to do. All we have to do is pull out the elevate tool and do flatten up, and then we just do like this kind of deal. I mean, just kind of like expand it outwards. This tree has to go. Like this, and then we just kind of like, whoops. Then we just kind of do like this thing. Like that. And that kind of smooths it out. We're just gonna have to do a lot of that. Let's get this whole area. Just make it flat to start, make it pretty later. Like right there, now we have a much more open area, right? Let's even flatten it out even more, like here. And then let's extrude this down even. Give ourselves just plenty of plat room to start with. Who's your favorite Tears of the Kingdom character? Man, I don't know. I don't really know. I like Riju. Riju's probably the best of the sages. Tulin's most useful, but Riju's probably like the coolest sage. They all suck. Yeah, I mean, honestly. Like, honestly, none of them really stick out as being incredible. That's kind of why it's so hard for me to answer. Like, they don't really stand out as being incredible. So hard to use? Yeah, I literally only use Tulin. What are you most excited to build? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, nothing in Tears of the Kingdom sticks out as being like really exciting to build. I'm excited to build Colgera. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for Colgera. All right, we need to start lowering this. Like this. Oh my god, there's like a lot of this thing is hard to fit. I'm gonna have to like raise this even more, I think. Like that. Give more room. Is that enough room, do we think? That's probably enough room. What about a Gliok? Ugh. I don't know how excited I am to build one. Those are going to be challenging. What mod is the mini-map? This is Zero's world map. If you want like an actual mini-map, there's also a Zero's mini-map, but I don't like the mini-map. I just like world map, which is this mod. I like Tulin because of his wind gust ability, but I personally like Sidon and Riju more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, if we're talking about abilities now, I like Tulin's ability the best. It's just the most useful. I remember having like a big argument at some point about whether Rivali's Gale is better than Tulin's whatever it is, Gust of Wind power. And it's like, Tulin's power is definitely better for tiers because there's so many more ways to go up in Tears of the Kingdom. But Rivali's Gale is better for Breath of the Wild. Get rid of all these water pockets. I guess I don't really need to because they're all going to go bye-bye, but, you know. I also don't think I like how deep this has gotten, so I'm going to raise the center of it up a bit more. Yeah, something more like that. And then we can just smooth it all. We can just do a bit of this. But I don't like how steep that is now. Hold on, let's get over there. I think what we have to do is we have to like elevate this whole area and then slope it down that way. That's what we have to do. Let's get rid of these trees. Are you doing the caves? If so, there's a cave below this tower. Yeah, we're doing the caves. Goat has already built this cave, as you can see. Cave already done. Goat has been going crazy on, like, all the caves. They're, like... There's a lot that, she's done around here. I can't see any of them here, but... Like, all the cave... I think she told me earlier that all the caves on this side of Tanagar Canyon are done. Goat the goat, real. Yeah, they don't actually seem like they're that bad. I was always super worried about how annoying the caves are going to be to build, but like they really... Now, they don't seem like they're that bad because Hauziki pre-generated most of them. All of them. I need to delete these trees too. I'll replace them later. That's looking better. There. Now it's not so steep to get up here. Now it's not so steep, and we can start filling this in. Though this is a bit thin here, I want to expand this out to something more like this. That way the water level can be here. I'm probably going to have to do this and raise a little tiny bit of the terrain up, like so. Yeah, like that. That's what I should have done from the start. How long you been using Axiom? Pretty much since it came out, which was like 2 years ago almost at this point. Roughly 2 years now. The Geoglyph get changed? Yeah, okay. So another update for those who didn't hear about Geoglyph situation earlier. By last night, there were kind of two main factions. Me and the people who were actually builders on the project who liked Emerald. And then everyone else who liked Endstone. But we did some hex code color picking and came to the conclusion that Endstone is not a good match. Because Endstone is yellow, as you can see. I inputted Endstone into this color picker, and Endstone is yellow. The geoglyphs are green. I color picked the geoglyph and inputted the hex code into here, and it spat out that Emerald is a closer match than Endstone. So Endstone got eliminated, but everyone still doesn't like Emerald, so I chose something that nobody really cared for. For the time being, I changed it to Verdant Froglights because it was kind of something that everyone was kind of in the middle of. This is the only option that people were kind of considering and saying, like, it's kind of in the middle, basically. This is basically in the middle. Lol, yeah, sure. And that's another thing. That's another reason I didn't really want to use this as an argument. Because as soon as I bring it up, people are just going to undermine the authenticity of the color code and say that the factual hex codes are complete BS. So, I can't trust my own eyeballs. I can't trust the, according to the people who like endstone, I can't even trust the factual hex codes, and I should instead trust their eyeballs. So it's basically lose, lose, lose scenario no matter what. So for the time being, I just set it to something in the middle that nobody really likes. I mean, people like it. From what I've seen, the frog lights are kind of in the middle. People are just kind of like, on it. So, it's basically everyone loses here. Endstone is literally yellow, though. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everyone, for some reason, wanted endstone. And that's the funny thing. Some people were arguing that endstone is good because it's green. And then other people were arguing that endstone is good because it's yellow. Because they thought that the glyphs were yellow. And it's like, whatever. Frog-like compromise? Yeah, it's basically a compromise. I basically decided, like, alright, bad ending for everyone. We're going with the frog light. It's not necessarily a bad ending because the frog light isn't terrible, but, you know. It's not a great choice. Because I still do think that the frog light is too white. My concern, and the reason I still don't know about the frog light, is because it will stick out. It won't stick out in the snow of HEBRA. It'll really blend in with the HEBRA snow. That's why I'm on the fence. Done. No more Geoglyph talk for the rest of the stream. Unless I need to quickly update people again. Let's just use Red Wool Trust. Yeah, actually, good shout. Dr. Bluefoot, thank you for gifting a sub. Good to see you again, man. I appreciate it, dude. Lord Sausage... Whoa. Lord Sausage, lucky winner. Your name will be put in the book of supporters. Thank you, man. Why did I hear two? Why did I hear two alerts, but I only see one? Did I miss a different alert? No, I didn't. I think Twitch is just bugging. I think Emerald looked better. Well, I agree, but, you know. 99% of people were pissed off at me when I tried to use green. Despite the fact that the majority of builders who actually work on the project agreed that Emerald was best. But we're done. We're done. We're done. Not gonna go on about it. Enough. Mr. Knox, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. Your name will be written in the book of supporters. Grazzy, are you single? How many times do we have to go over this, guys? I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. Though I will say, if somebody came up to me on the street and said, I think Emerald Block was the best choice for the Geoglyph, I probably would fall in love on the spot. I'm gonna be honest. Don't say that you're a Minecraft YouTuber. What are we all freaking out about? Why is everyone freaking out about that? Did the server just crash? What the heck just happened? Okay. Wook the guy, thank you for subscribing with Prime as well. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Your name will be written in the book of supporters. He missed the stereotype. Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. That's what you guys are talking about. Can't even say the word Minecraft YouTuber. I think I like the water level at that point. I could go one higher, but I don't think we need to. At least he has the Minecraft accent. What is the... Can someone define the Minecraft accent for me? Is it just like having a lisp? Is that the only requirement? Is the only requirement to have a lisp? Yes. Okay. Julian, thank you for gifting another sub. Whale 1. Whaleful Monkey 1. That's crazy. I don't know what happened, he says. Thank you for gifting a sub. Well, your name's going in the book of supporters. Thank you for the gift sub. I really appreciate it. Hey, can you sum up in 2 words? Actually. Yeah. He's reading the Twitch chat. I'm reading both, but I read messages from Twitch more because a lot of YouTube chat messages are silly. But I still see YouTube chat. I, like, read a lot of stuff in YouTube chat, but I see and read things from Twitch out loud. And Primo, thank you for subscribing. A lot of subs coming in. I appreciate you guys. Seriously, thank you guys. I gotta get started in the Book of Water so bad. I gotta get started on it so bad. I got a free sub. Alright, we need to start painting this terrain correctly. We should probably actually finish the pedestal first. Whoa, where am I going? Where am I going? That's not where I want to go. Okay. Don't fall in the water. Thank you. Okay. This thing. Let's finish this up. When is your next video coming out? It's hard to say. My next video is not going to be episode 1 of Tears of the Kingdom. I've talked about this before. I've got another video that'll be coming out first. I'm off stream. I have been working on, something else. A different build project. A secret build project that you guys don't know about. So, heh. And that'll almost certainly come out before the first Tears video. So let's get this. Let's do reset rotation, and we'll do like 5 by 5. I'll do like this. That's probably too high. Something like that is probably more accurate. And then it moves out. So this is just the center pillar. It's gonna come out more. What if we use both Froglights and Emerald? I don't know if they would match very well. I don't know if they would match very well. Secret project, huh? Yeah. The build is actually done. Okay, you guys want a little hint? Alright, here you guys go. I'll give you a little bit of a hint / spoiler for my secret project. So, if I actually, like, locked in and really started building on the project as much as I've been working on Tears, I could finish the build within the next 3 days. 100%. I could finish it within 3 days. However, the project has more than just a build. The video isn't done when I finish the build. There's another aspect to this project that needs to be finished. And so even if I finish the build, even if I locked in and really started working on it a bunch and finished it, like, within the week, there's a different aspect. And you guys could probably guess what that different aspect is if you look at my past with, like, the Mario Kart video. And how the Mario Kart video worked. You can probably come up with a guess as to what the extra part of the project would be. Forza. That's a crazy guess. That took me by such surprise. Forza. That's not what I was expecting to see as a guess. Forza. Just be sure to upload that video fast, please. Yeah. Yeah, the build, I actually worked on it a little bit last night. So, it's, you guys will see it, hopefully, I don't know how soon. I'm not gonna make any promises. Because we don't really know how the extra parts of the project are going to work. Or, like, how long it'll take. I can't really say for sure. We don't really know. I'm not gonna promise that it's gonna be, like, out soon, because I don't know. I don't know. We don't really know how long it's going to take to finish up. But keep your eyes peeled, because it is coming. Alright, we need to make sure the tower can fit on this. Is it a diagonal tower? Let's go check. Uh-oh. My hover bike. Got it. It's at a very slight angle, so I'm just gonna say it's 90 degrees. Oh, it's in my main blueprints folder. I need to open my hype chest. What do I get? I got the confetti hype emote. Let's go. Have you ever been arrested? No. What kind of question is that? Have you ever been arrested? Chat, I really thought this was gonna fit. I really thought this was just gonna fit. I really thought that was just gonna fit. Okay, well, that puts a, that throws a wrench into things. The wrench has been thrown. The wrench is in the system. It is messing with things. Have you ever slept in a neat bed? What's not neat about my bed right now? Alright, we have to do a lot more work here. That'll no, it won't. If we do like a little bit of work around like the back, like just extend this out, extend the front out, and then we like do that. We could probably make this fit, right? It's like way bigger than it should be, but like, oh well, what choice do we have, right? No Coolio plushies, that's not neat. I do have some plushies up, like out off camera. I've got an ostrich, I've got a penguin, I've got an owl, and I've got an Among Us. It's not a joke. Should I grab the Among Us? Here, I'll grab the Among Us. Let me grab him. Oh, I'm gonna have to take out my headphones. Ugh. I have him. Oh, he's dusty. He's been sitting up there for a long time. I've got an Among Us. It's the imposter. Hell out of here. Idiot. Alright, this should work. Why can I not move it? How do I move it? Oh, that's how. Yeah, we can do like this, and then we just remove the post in the back, and it'll fit here. Bam! No. Because I want to do this, and then I want to move it down one more. Bam! And then we do this. And like this. And then we just smooth out the bottom a little bit. We actually have to make like a little crevice here, because you can like get under it and here and ascend. So we're gonna do like that to give it that little like lip. And then we can just smooth out the bottom. Yeah. Second Skyview Tower done. That looks good. I'm so happy with how the Skyview Tower turned out. I can't help but notice we're missing some sand. Can't help but notice that. Not quite sure what happened there. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. It's on this side too. There we go. How did that happen? Is there more missing? Anything else missing? No, doesn't look like it. Whatever. Nothing in here is broken, right? How's progress? We finished up this little area, some stuff down here. We've been working a lot on the top of this mountain. The whole, like, top of this mountain has been, like, completely changed. So we've had to do a lot of, terrain work here. Grazzy, have you ever done drugs? Dude, I don't even drink alcohol. I don't even drink alcohol. Just the area around the geoglyph? Yeah. Alright, let's color this terrain with white wool. We're gonna have to, like, completely redo this whole thing. So we're gonna color it all with white wool, and then paint it all at once. I can tell. Oh, lies I can tell. I thought you were saying you could tell that I don't drink alcohol. Yeah, this whole ugly area needs to be, like, recolored. So we're just gonna paint the whole thing for now. And color it all at once. Yeah, I think that's all colored, everything we need to. So then what we do is we do and block white wool. Another and statement. And we do another and I don't know if this works. I'm getting crazy complex here with this, and I don't know if it actually works. So I do and with block white wool. Wait, no, I don't need another and statement. I do angle of 90 with a range of 45. And then we do not above water. And we paint with grass. And what that should do is it should paint all the white wool with an angle of 45. Except the white wool under the water. I'm actually going to remove this for a second so I can do this little area. Yeah, I was going to say. Wait. Oh, did I do an angle of 35? What was the angle I chose for this? Oh, it's an angle of 35. Okay. Wait, is there white wool in the tower? No. It's like that. And now we grab just the white wool and we go to our gradient painter and we find Tabantha Cliffs. And then that should be done. Beautiful. I'm actually gonna do it from up here. Whoops, I accidentally bumped my mic. And then that should be good. Yeah. No, that looks bad. I need to do it from, like, up here. Not even. We just need to do it like that. There we go. This is better now. And then we just do like this. Yeah. Oh, mask surface. Oh, shoot. I need to turn off mask surface. There we go. Oh, but now that looks ugly. Okay, I need to start with the center platform. And just paint that area. Yeah, like that. And then I do this part here. And then I do this part here. And then we're done. Boom. Now it looks good. Now it looks good. Why is it all just sandstone? That's what I'm trying to fix. Because the way I was painting the gradient was not great. So this is the second tower. Yeah, we've done the one in Lookout Landing. And now we've done this one. You can actually see the Lookout Landing all the way over there. Alright. Now we need to add some trees back because I deleted a bunch to make room for all this terrain work. So we're going to add blueprint. We're going to go to trees. And we're going to go just spruce. And we're going to choose my spruce trees. And we're going to do minimum spacing of 200%. Deferred instead of intermediate. And then take off the mask. And I can start placing some trees again. Some like all around here. Ugh. Have you ever played Minecraft? No, haven't. I have not ever played Minecraft. And then this one needs to be moved down. This one needs to be moved down. Boom. And then we just add like a little bit along here, just to give some variation to the terrain. I'll gotta move down like a block or so. Especially this one. Boom. Who's the most famous person you've met / seen in person? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've never like gone to concerts or anything crazy. Like I live in Nebraska, bro. What famous people do you think I'm seeing here? All right. Corn mascot. Yeah, I guess like the most famous person I've probably seen in person is like when I've like tagged along to a basketball game with my family or something. That's probably the most famous people I've met. Like when I see the football players. I was a celebrity Celios Spring. Actually, you might actually be right. It might actually be Celios. I don't know how popular like Celios would be in comparison to like some of the basketball players I've seen at a basketball game. I don't know how his popularity would compare. More famous than LeBron. Yeah, Celios probably is more famous than LeBron. I'm actually going to do more raise up here. Flatten up, I guess. To give room for the little pedestal thing that's here. I bet you met Mr. B. Okay, actually, that's actually a good question. Are we... The question was in person, right? I can't find the question anymore. I can't find the question anymore. I can't find it. I don't even see it in chat anymore. I assume the question was in person. Okay, in person, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, I spoke with... If it wasn't in person, it would probably be... Probably Carl Jacobs. From the competition that I was in. Probably be him. I don't know if there's a more, like, popular creator that I've spoken to than Carl Jacobs. And even in that competition, I don't know if I spoke like maybe one word to Carl during the competition, if that. When did you last wash your hands? Right before stream when I used the bathroom. Let's fun this all up a little bit more. Grazzy has 330k subs, so Grazzy is the most famous person he met. I don't think that's how it works. Alright, let's go copy these assets. All the way, holy lag, down here. This thing. You have 3 times more subs than LeBron James. How does that make you feel? Well, I mean, I am more popular than LeBron James, just in general. Like, if you ask some random person on the street, chances are they know me more than they know LeBron, so... What is better, Xbox or PlayStation? I could not give a shit. Honest to God. I could not give a shit. I played Xbox growing up, but that's just because, like, I don't know, that's just what my parents chose to get me. Not because I had a preference. We're just gonna ignore the big platform in the front, I think. Something like that. There you go. What's your favorite cereal? Now that's a good question. Oh, it's obvious. Life. Life cereal, bro. That's like the most grandma answer you're probably ever gonna hear from me. Life, that's like the most grandma answer you'll probably ever hear. It's so good. It's so good. Life cereal is the GOAT. And you know what's funny? It actually was my grandma that got me hooked on Life. I used to spend the night at my grandma's house every Saturday. When I was a little kid. And every morning I would wake up and she would either make us, me and my brother, she would either make us cinnamon rolls, or I would have Life cereal. Life cereal with milk. I ate a lot of dry cereal when I was young, because I didn't like when the cereal would get soggy with milk, you know? Because I was a slow as hell eater, so I didn't usually like eating any of my cereal with milk. But Life with milk was so good that I didn't care back then. How many siblings do you have? I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the middle child. Grazzy, have you ever been on a plane before? Yeah, I've been on a plane before. Alright. Uh-oh. Wait, I left my thing up there. I left my hover bike. Wait, I have to get back up there. I hope my hover bike is still there. Push that forward, and then I should be able to ascend. Can I ascend from here in this corner? Yes. What happened to hardcore? I got bored and burnt out, and it also didn't perform well on YouTube. Oh, my hover bike is still here. Nice. All right, we'll check out the rest of the mountain later, I think, because I think there's more like fallen rocks and stuff. But I wanna hit up this area up here, I think. Let's check out like bottom of the mountain over here, this area. Yeah, let's try and finish, like, everything, in this, like, this area here. I kind of want to see if I can finish it all this stream. We got, like, an hour left at least. Have you ever played Stardew Valley? I've played it a few times with some friends. Every time I play it, I'll play, like, a few times, and then we never touch it again. That's how it always happens. Alright. Which dungeon are you tackling first? It's going to be the Wind Temple. Alright, lots of fallen rocks in this area. Let's take a look at the map and just place them. Yeah, let's just look at the map and place them based off that. This is gone. We have to remove this. What is this map he's making? I'm making the entire map from Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Why are these signs have... Why do all these signs have writing on them? I did not do that. There we go. What's better, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild has a better story. Tears of the Kingdom has better gameplay. No, I dropped my nope, I have to find this. Emergency, guys. I dropped my twisty tie. Where did it go? Where did it go? No, where did it go? I can't live without it. I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'll find it after stream. Your twisty tie? Yeah, I have a bunch of twisty tie, like these things. I don't know what to call them. These little things. I just like messing with them. I don't know. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here, you guys want to see another one? Here's another one. Guess what, guys? I got one more. I just dropped my favorite one. My favorite one I dropped on the floor and I can't... I see it! I found it! It's under the bed. Yes, I got it. Here's my favorite one. This is my favorite one. I like putting it on my finger and then picking at the ends. That is the most ADHD thing I've ever seen. I'm not diagnosed. I do want to get tested, though. Is this cave still here? Wait, what is this cave? It's just... Oh, there was a shrine in there. What did I join to? I'm showing off my twisty ties. Look, here you go again. There it is. This is my favorite one. Dude, I've had this thing since, like, February. There have been times where I drop this on the floor and it disappears for, like, weeks. And it genuinely upsets me. Like, a while back, I dropped this thing and I couldn't find it for, like, a day. And it was, like, genuinely pissing me off. I was so upset. There were literally, like, 4 times throughout the day where I was sitting here doing something at my desk, like working or something, and it was bugging me so much. Like 4 different times, I was just like, nope, I'm standing up, I'm doing another search for it. Like, I genuinely had to stop what I was doing and search for it like 4 times throughout the whole day. And then I finally found it, and I was like, oh, yes. Yes. Well, let's look. Is the cave still there? The cave is gone. Is the cave in the wrong spot? I don't think it is. All right, let's fill up the cave. Goodbye, cave. Do you have kids? Yes, I have kids. No, I don't. I think that's called addiction. I'm not addicted to my twisty tie. I used to have a Lego piece that I fiddled with, and I dropped it, and I was like, oh my god. I lost it forever. I was bummed about that for days. Here's another fidget toy. This is another thing I fidget with. I don't know. It's just 2 pieces of Lego that I found, and I like messing with them. You guys want one more? All right, here's one more. Here's my ladder. Here's my ladder. I just like, I don't know, it's fun to bend. That's just my ladder. I love the ladder. It's my ladder. I've got more on my desk. Let's see what I have in here. Now that I'm looking for them, I can't find them. Here's Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. That's pretty awesome. What else do I have in here? I think they're buried like way in the back somewhere. I don't know where I'm not gonna dig for them. My drawer is a mess. My desk drawer is a disaster. And now it won't close. Why would you not close? Thank you. Did you ever find your paperclip? It wasn't a paperclip, it was a staple. Oh my god. I'm so pissed off about that, dude. I used to have a staple that was so fun to fidget with. And I dropped it one day. And I never found it. I was like holding it here and then I dropped it. And I immediately got down on the floor and started looking for it. And I couldn't find it. And it never turned up. And I lost it forever. Thanks for reminding me, Mighty. You just made me sad again. Thanks, Mighty. You just bummed me out. Do you go outside? Yes, I take daily walks. Because of the fact that I work from home, it's like I gotta get fresh air. I can't stand it. I sometimes take like multiple walks in a day. Because like I just like go out and I walk around for like 30 minutes. Because I can't live without fresh air. Okay, there's a bunch of these. Which ones are like upright? Okay, so there's one there that's kind of upright. This one, like in the middle here, is like this. That staple was so fun to mess with. I'm actually so bummed that you just made me remember that. Don't worry, I'll send you a new staple. I don't want your puny, pathetic little staple. I want my staple. I want my staple, Mighty. We're gonna put this one on the side like that. Because there is one that's like completely vertical. And there's another one that is like horizontal, like here. And then there's some couple tiny ones, like here. And then there's one like over there, I think. Okay. There's another one like here. Let's turn that on. Is it turned on its side? Yeah, it's turned on its side like this. Stable was consumed by the ground. I know, dude. I don't actually buy any fidget toys. I just like, dude, okay. Genuinely, when I unboxed my Switch 2 and I opened it and I saw this twisty tie, I genuinely like gasped with excitement. Like, I'm not even kidding. I genuinely like, I felt more excited about the twisty tie than I did the Switch 2. I genuinely felt more excited. Do you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube? As a matter of fact, yes. Let me pull one out. This is my old speed cube from back in the days. My old speed cube from back in the days. I still remember all my algs. I'm not like as fast as I used to be, but I'm like, I know how to do it still. This was like my big thing. Solve a Mega Minx? Bro, I do not have the time to solve a Mega Minx. I do not have the time to solve a Mega Minx. That would take me like... Actually, that would only take me like a few minutes. Yeah, I can, oh, here we go, here we go. Full scramble, let's see. I'm not nearly as fast as I used to be. Yeah, this is terrible. That was terrible. Like this. Like that. And then... There we go. Solved. That was actually a good one. That was actually a good solve. That was actually a good solve. I kind of cooked. That was pretty fast. I don't know if that was actually fast. I wasn't timing it. All right. Back to the thing. My fastest ever solve was like 9.2 seconds, I think. Around there. Okay, we got a big one on the edge of the wall over here. I've never understood those things. Once you, like, solve one of them, you can kind of use the knowledge and, like, teach yourself how to solve more of them. Like, when Celios was visiting, I found a new one at the mall that I didn't already have. So I bought it, and while he was visiting and we were just, like, chilling around doing nothing, I actually, like, taught myself how to solve it. I can grab that one, too. Yeah, I can grab some of my more interesting ones. Oh, this is dusty as all hell. This is the one I taught myself to solve when Celios was here. And the thing about this one is that it shapeshifts. You can break its shape. And I taught myself how to solve this one when Celios was visiting. And then this is the biggest one I have. I also taught myself how to solve this one. So, it's like, yeah. Ugh. Oh no, they're falling against the floor. Oh my god. I just dropped like 4 of them. 4 of them just fell off my shelf. I'll pick them up later. Back on track. Let's get back on track. We heard it. Dude, they're all so dusty. I need to like wash my hands now. Alright. Anything else in this area? There's some more rocks. Okay, there's a bunch more rocks around here. Hold on, 2 seconds. I gotta go wash the dust off my fingers. It'll only take like 5 seconds. I'm gonna take a break here. All done. Told you that would be fast. Just had to rinse them off real quick with some water. Because the dust was all over my fingers. Oh, there's like a big one against there. I'll do that when I tackle the whole thing. This. There's one, we need this one. But yeah, I was really into those in, It started because, my little brother and sister, like, got a Rubik's Cube when I was in, like, middle school. Just, like, for fun, to mess with. And then I started messing with it for fun, I remember. And, like, trying to solve, like, as much of it as I could. And I couldn't. And then my dad randomly told me, he was like, you know, I bet if you looked it up online, you could probably, like, find tutorials on how to solve it. And I was like... I, like, doubted him. I was like, there's no way there's just, like, methods for solving it that you can just, like, repeat and redo. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I found a tutorial. And so I was a middle schooler. I was stupid as hell, so I didn't, like... I wasn't good at it, but it took me, like, hours. But I remember we were at my grandma's house. And so, when we went to visit my grandma, and I was just like, I don't care about anything except solving this Rubik's Cube. So I literally went to her spare bedroom, shut myself inside for like 3 or 4 hours, and just, not that long. It was probably like 2 hours. And I just learned how to solve it using like tutorials. And so like, I knew from that point on, I knew how to solve them. I wasn't like particularly fast, but I knew how. And that's kind of where I stayed at for the longest time. I was just like, yeah, I can do it, but I'm not like fast, you know? But then when I entered high school, this guy in one of my classes was also solving Rubik's Cubes, and he could solve them in like 20 seconds. No, he was like 30 seconds. He was like 30 to 40 seconds, and I was like, oh, he's pretty good. I can only solve them in like 60 to 90 seconds, so I made it my goal to get better at him. Get better than him. So that's what I did. I started practicing. I was like, I want to beat this guy. I'm gonna beat him one day. Because we would race all the time.
What do you do in TOTK when bored? I'm playing RN.
In Tears of the Kingdom, when I'm bored, I quit playing. There's nothing. I don't know what to tell you, bro. If I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom and I'm bored, I just quit playing. There's no fun little thing to do. Thank you for the 2, Ken. I appreciate it. That's what I recommend. Torture Koroks is a good one. But yeah, this guy was way faster than me. And I didn't like that. I was like, no, I need to be better than this guy. So I started practicing and getting better. And then soon enough, he was also getting better. But I was getting better faster than he was. He went from like 30-second solves to 20-second solves. And I went from 40-second solves to 15-second solves. And then eventually I was like, I think in my prime, I was averaging like 13 seconds per solve, I think. In my prime, I was 15 seconds per solve-ish. My favorite alg is the Grazzy perm. What even is that? Middle E2. What is that alg? Wait, I don't actually recognize that alg. That thing is disgusting. E2. Isn't that like the middle layer, but like not the one that you do with your ring and middle? It's like the other one. That's a weird looking alg. My favorite alg was... I was always a fan of T-perm. Look closely. What, does it say me dumb? Is that the joke? Me dumb? Me too dumb? Yeah. Good one. You really got me. I was gonna say, I was looking at that and I was like, that is a terrible alg. I could literally tell just by looking at it, I was like, I don't see a single instance in which you could even ever use that as a real alg, because what the hell? That thing is disgusting. What do I need? I always like T-perm and J-perm. Those were like the most fun to do. I always like T-perm a little bit more. Yeah, at one point I knew full PLL, I knew full OLL at one point, but I forgot. I think I forgot some of my G-perm algs, and I forgot some of the more weird OLL algorithms. Some of the, like, the bar cases and the dot cases. I don't think I remember my bars and dot cases for, OLL. G and V perms are the bane of my existence. I really like Y perms. Y perms are so fun. I actually did complete one blindfolded 3x3 solve. Once. I did once. I did them once. And then I did it with one time and I was like, alright, I don't ever care to do it again. I did it once, I proved that I can do it, now I'm done. This is nerd talk? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I can stop. Did you get a haircut, like, a couple months ago? Alright. That is looking complete. And then there are a couple rocks, like, over here. Like that. And there's one that's kind of on its side, like this. Is it worth to get a 3DS? I feel like you could probably just emulate most 3DS games. I mean, no, you can't. Why would you ever want to emulate a Nintendo game? Nobody would ever want to do that, so... yeah. You should get a 3DS. There's another rock over here that's on the map. I can see it. Alright, there's also like another enemy camp down here. What is this? Well, let's park right here. There's another... okay. There's a vertical rock like here. Looks good. And then there's like a thing here. There's like a thing here. So we do this and we get flattened down and we just do a little bit of this. Give ourselves some room to work with here. And then we do this. Grass. And we just paint it. Now we have room for this thing. Here we go. Get rid of all the tall grass. Okay, so it looks like there's like some dark oak ruins here. So let's just grab out some dark oak stuff. And yeah, there's also these. Okay, so it's probably like this kind of deal. And thing kind of like this. And then this kind of thing is just loosely connected. Like this, maybe. And then this is like a crooked post. I'll do it like this, actually. And then we'll put some, like, fences. Like that. And then we can grab some of this and do, like, a bit of this. And then the campfire. Yeah, that works. And then we'll do this, and we'll bring out our dirt path. And we'll do it to these both. Yippee! Have we made any of the big Poe collector guys yet? No, we haven't gone into the depths at all. What does a geoglyph look like? That. How old are you? I turned 22 in a couple months. Few months. November 5th. Right now I'm 21. Kind of touched the depths a little. I mean, we did some of the chasms, but that's it. Wait, the stable's just gone. Wait, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that. The stable's just gone. What the heck? I never realized that the stable's just gone. I guess because the other one is so close, they moved it to this one. So what's over here then? Anything? Okay. Wait, this whole area... Whoa. Wait, this whole area is different. Okay. Okay, whoa. Alright, we got a lot to do here. Lot to do here. We have to remove, like, all this. Time to delete stuff. Goodbye, everything. Goodbye. There are easier ways to do this. Yeah, we can kind of do some stuff like this, and do air, and just, start. Come on. Blocks don't count as a block I can click, or carpet doesn't count as a block I can click on. That's really interesting. Boom. We can do something like this. Whoops. Cut like as much of it as possible. Yeah. Boom. To like here maybe. Cut. Yeah. Probably just do the rest of it by hand. You like FNAF? Bro, I was so into FNAF back in the day. I was in 5th grade when FNAF's, like, maybe I was in 5th or 4th grade when it came out. And I remember, like, me and one of my friends in elementary school, we like to draw, like, comics and stuff. And I remember writing FNAF comics. I remember we used to do this, like, zombie apocalypse comic thing. Dang, you were a FNAF kid. I wouldn't say I was a FNAF kid because I wasn't, like, obsessed with it. But, you know, I kept up with it.
You should build your Terry townhouse in Minecraft.
I don't actually have one in this save file. But that is actually cool. Dude, that's actually a really cool idea. What if for the Terrytown, like, house thing, we like, make one of our own design? That's actually a good idea. I like that. Thank you for the 5. Person on the internet. That's a good idea. I don't have a house on this file, but I could, like, make one, or I could just, like, completely freehand the build and make something, like, new, you know? I don't know, but I'll do something like that. Thank you. I appreciate the $5. Are you a good artist? No, I wasn't good. We basically drew, like, stick figure comics, and what we would do, we'd take the notebooks, and we'd, like do it horizontally, you know? And we would draw just, like, a massive zombie battle, you know? Like, the one I remember the most was, like, a huge cityscape, and we had our own characters, and we, like, we each were doing our own separate comic, and we, it's like I had my comic, my guys were fighting the apocalypse, you know, that I was drawing about that. He was doing it himself. And we decided to connect our comics. And we drew collab comics where our characters, like, met in the apocalypse and, like, fought each other, you know? It was fire. It was heat. It was pretty cool. And, yeah, this whole area is, like, desolate now. Maybe it was like this in Breath and I just don't remember. Whoa, what was that, Link? But I remember I drew like I drew a FNAF comic too. I drew more. I don't remember what they all were, but we drew all kinds of comics. Ugh. Another thing we did, we played this like game that was like, a lot of the trees are gone, I feel like. Am I wrong? These trees are gone, I think. There's like lakes here. Yeah, these trees are all gone. We also did this thing where we had like a spaceship game kind of thing on pencil and paper. I think we came up with this on our own, but I'm sure that other people have also done this same exact idea that I'm about to mention. We would draw each other like obstacles, like spaceship obstacles, right? On piece of paper. We draw like meteors and asteroids and stuff. And then what you would do is your spaceship would be your pencil and you had to hold it against and like flick your pencil. And like the line that it draws across the paper would be your path. And like if you hit an asteroid, you lose. And so we'd make obstacles like that for each other. Which I'm sure was a popular idea that we did not come up. Like, I think we came up with that, but I'm sure that like other people did the same thing. Okay, what is this like gravelly color? It literally is just like gravel. We'll just do a noise mask like splatter. Zoom it in a bit more. That was in some popular movie or something. Maybe we did get it from a movie. I don't know. Probably like gravel, suspicious gravel. Cobble? It was in those Star Wars books, the origami ones. Dude, that's where we got it then. Yeah, that's where we got the game, because we used to read Origami Yoda. Can you do a Pokemon project in Minecraft next? I actually have thought about doing Legends ZA in Minecraft, like a Legends ZA build, like Lumia City or something. Yeah, Origami Yoda those books were fire, bro. What was his name? The dude who was like the villain, Harvey or something like that. Was that his name, Harvey? Harvey. Grazzy, do you like Pokemon? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of a lot of the new stuff. Apart from Scarlet Violet, the last Pokemon game that I played that was like new was X and Y. I still have my books somewhere. I have some of them, not all of them. All right, let's get a look in the sky and look at how much ground this actually covers. And these lakes are just small ponds that we can dig into the ground. Alright, this actually covers a lot. Oh, this covers like a lot. This covers a lot more. It goes like all the way over here. And it like comes down to like here as well. Wonder if he still remembers Brendan, if that was his name. I'm surprised you guys still remember Brendan. Dude, the Brendan lore goes crazy. I'm not telling the stories about Brendan again. I am not telling the stories about Brendan again. We still do normal videos? Yes, I will. From Omega Ruby? Yeah, Brendan from Omega Ruby. Brendan from Omega Ruby. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I have to actually undo this. I have to choose white noise. 50%. Just subtract that and do this. Nope, not ferns. White wool. And then we do or these two. And then we color the edges so that it mixes with the grass better. Like so. Here we go. And then we mask to the wool and we pull the other noise painter back out that is splatter. And it's gravel. Suspicious gravel. Let's actually do dead coral. And then we just... Actually, before we do that, we're gonna do... we're gonna do below white wool. Wait, can we do 2 ores? I think we can. And below air. And then we're gonna do grass, short grass, fern, and large fern. And then we're gonna select air. And now if I do this, yeah. Then we can remove all the grass on the white wool with 2 sweeps, just like that. And then we have to remove the flowers by hand. Favorite Star Wars media, not just movies, but like shows, books, anything. Huh. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I've always enjoyed Rebels, but it's definitely not my favorite. Rebels is a lot better than people give it credit for. I liked Mandalorian before they completely ruined it with Season 3. Mando was really good until Season 3, and I feel like I can't say that it's my favorite anymore because of how bad Season 3 was. It'll probably just have to be Revenge of the Sith, honestly. With the context of the Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith. I haven't seen Andor. What about Clone Wars? Clone Wars is good, but I never could really get into it. The thing I noticed about Clone Wars is it's a lot of ups and downs. Clone Wars is either really good or really boring. That was my problem with Clone Wars. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. I really like that. The patches of Dead Coral are really nice. Andor's the best thing in Star Wars, don't at me. Yeah. I've heard that Andor's really good. I literally got tired of Star Wars and stopped watching, like, right when Andor first came out. So it was like... You think you'll play Pokemon Legends Arceus? Probably not. I don't care to spend money on a Pokemon game, honestly. I watched a playthrough, though. I think I watched RT Game play through it. You watch RT2? Yeah, RT Game's really funny. I've watched a lot of his stuff. Alright, and then there's like ponds up here. Yeah, I'll do that later. I don't care to do that right now. I want to see how much I can finish before stream. There are a lot of fallen rocks in this area. Is that little shack still there? Yes, it is. Okay. Just like there. Couple fallen ones here. OG Star Wars is such a unique flavor of Star Wars that I don't think any other piece of Star Wars is quite recreated. Not to say they're the best Star Wars films ever made, but I don't even compare them directly to any other Star Wars things. Yeah. I just got so fatigued of Star Wars. Like, they needed to start doing something new, and they just never did. They just kept rehashing, like, and re-examining the same plot, like, points that we've already seen a bunch. Like, as good as, like, the episode 3 era is, we've seen too much of it. Let's calm down and start doing some other stuff, you know? Let's start doing something new. And I think that's kind of what they tried to do with the Acolyte, but then everyone hated that because apparently it was bad. I don't know if it was. I never watched it. I feel like a lot of it was just Star Wars fans being Star Wars fans and complaining for no reason. The cat song. Yep, it's the cat song, everyone. It's really interesting how much different the map really looks for Tears. Like, what made them decide, let's do a giant patch of stone here? Like, what made them decide to do this here? Disney Star Wars has a few good points, yeah. In the end, it just doesn't measure up to everything else. Yeah, like, Mando Season 1 and 2 is so good. Like, they were doing so good for a while. And then they blew it. They blew it with Season 3 of Mando. Let's go with this one. I think Mando is bad all around. Yeah, that's a pretty hot take. That's a pretty bad take. I think Season 1 and 2 were good. Yeah, we can just place a few more of these around randomly. There's a couple of vertical ones I want to put in. Just like here and there. There we go. Maybe put one over there just to round it all out. Alright, there's a shrine over here. And it looks like there's a ton of fallen rocks. Looks like it is a 45-degree angle shrine. What is that? Okay, it's just a rock with some dudes on it. Right there, which is maybe around here. Let's remove the Lionel. Get this guy out of here. Goodbye, Lionel. What? Where did... What? What just happened? What the hell just happened? Where did this come from? What? What just happened? Am I crazy, or did this thing just show up in my hand? How did that happen? Control C? Oh. I was gonna say, I must have, I clicked C to throw out my button, to throw out the item. I must have fat finger control. I didn't know you could just do that. You can just control C a grass plot? What? Okay. You can do that. Stalnox, you need to die. You need to be eradicated. What? Why did his eye carry over? Okay, we need to save this. Why did the Stalnox eye carry over, but the Chubnox one didn't? Whatever. I don't know why Chubnox's eye didn't carry over then. I can't believe we used this eye for the Stalnoxes. That's the bigger mystery. All right. Where's the shrine at? It's like here. Yeah, it's here. This is where it is. Alright. TOTK assets, folder, Shrine 45. Boom. What about there? Hello? Thank you. Only took 3 button presses. Alright. Move this. All this, all this, all this. And then I just want to connect this up a little bit better. Like so. Yippee. Dude, I'm so happy with these shrines. They look so good. Something almost modern. Star Wars is just missing the essence of Star Wars. Yeah. And I think it's just because, like, I don't know. It's become so intricate, and we just keep rehashing the same characters, and it's like, we need something new. Like, I think the Acolyte was a good... Again, I don't know how bad the show actually was, so I can't really comment on that, but, like, I think that the idea was good to go back into, like, well, kind of closer to the right idea. My brother and I have talked about this before, that, like, they need to go way back to the time, like, the Old Republic, and start, like, a whole new storyline, you know? New characters, just everything fresh and brand new, instead of just, oh, let's throw in Ahsoka again, you know? Let's do another Darth Vader story. So, yeah. Love your content, bro. I've been watching you on YouTube for such a long time. Thank you. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Hopefully the Tears of the Kingdom map is... I mean, seems like it's interesting for everyone. Everyone seems to be enjoying it so far, so I am glad. There are so many rocks. And it's rainy, so I can't even see them all. I'm about to stop placing them perfectly and just put them in the general right area, honestly. I can still get general. I can still get it generally accurate if I just open up my map. I've not watched Star Trek, no. Hey, we got the other cat song going. Alright, let's just start placing them. I'm getting them generally correct, but I'm not, like, going for perfection anymore. It's just ridiculous to go for perfection. Because there's, like, look at this. There's so many on the map. There's so many on the map. Okay. Let's get some more vertical ones out. It looks like there's a vertical one like here. The Tears of the Kingdom is frozen on the Switch. You're right. My capture card breaks sometimes. Let me just try doing this. This might fix it. Usually if I just unplug and plug it back in, it'll fix. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to be streaming much longer anyway. So if it doesn't, like, it won't be for long. That didn't fix it. What if I... There we go. It's fixed. Alright. Oh my god, look at this hill, bro. Oh my god, I don't want to do this. Holy. This is why I'm saying I can't do it all. I can't do them all perfectly, because, like, look at this hill, brother. This hill is unbelievable. I can get it, like, generally accurate, but I think I'm gonna kind of approach these with the same logic I approach trees with. I'll get like one-off random trees that need to be precise. I'll get those 100% accurate. But if we have like a bundle of like a bunch of trees in a mini forest like this, just like with the rocks, I'm not gonna get them all perfect if there's like a bunch of them together, you know. But I'll get a lot of them. My phone just updated? Okay. Thanks, phone. I didn't know you were doing that, but you know what? Okay. Sure thing, pal. Whatever you want to do. Alright, let's start placing some of these. Yeah, this hill is just absolutely covered. Let's go with Fallen Rock 4 now, maybe. That's some of these placed around. Almost running out of water. That means stream needs to end sometime soon. It is almost dinner time for me. I'm actually almost done with what I wanted to complete today. So it's actually like, yeah. We're on track to finish what I wanted to do today for the most part. I've left some things incomplete, but whatever. I can fix the small details later. Alright, let's get some vertical ones now. Just a couple. Like there. I'm gonna put one back here. Alright. How long do you think the whole Tears of the Kingdom map will take? I don't know how long it's going to take. I hope to be done before 2028. Okay, this whole area has a bunch as well. Oh, yeah. There's just this whole area is just littered with these things. Like a tiny one down there. Yeah, they're just everywhere. Oh my goodness. Put them just all over the place now. There's another shrine. Isn't that one in a cave? That's the well one, which is already done. It doesn't actually look like this area has many. Oh, this little area has a bunch of tiny ones. So let's get out the tiny ones real quick and just complete this whole area. There's not a whole lot here, just small ones. This and Fallen Rock 10 are the ones I want. Like that. There we go. There we go. What percent of this did you say is copy-paste from Breath of the Wild? 70%. Like, the actual surface of Hyrule is almost exactly identical. There's not a lot of new stuff across the actual surface. What about on this hill? There's a couple, but I already, like, got them. Over here, there's more small ones, kind of, like, along this. But not too much. Then between... There's like maybe one small one here. And that's it. So it's just this area, which again is pretty full with them. The forest looks like it's pretty empty. Not really many in the forest. There are a couple like up here. There's a chasm. There it is. Okay, we can do this chasm. Opinions on Dune? Dune's pretty good. I read the book. I haven't actually seen the second movie, honestly. I read the book and then I watched the first movie when it came out, and then I honestly just never got around to watching the second film. But I like Dune. It's cool. It's good. It's honestly a bit tough to read. It was a bit of a tough read. But it was good. You should read other books. Yeah, I used to read a lot when I was younger, and I kind of don't as much anymore. And it's like, I want to, but like, it's a tall task, you know? It's a tall task. I got so much other stuff I'm doing, and like, I don't want to read like on a tablet or something, you know? Like, that's what my mom does. My mom reads on her iPad. And I don't want to do that. If I'm reading, I want to have an actual book, a physical book. And that means I have to, like, either buy the books, which is going to get expensive fast, or I need to, like, find a library somewhere around me. Come back to the art so I can leave. I gotta go. What are you talking about? What are you doing now? It's Celios, oh my god. It feels bad to go read stuff because it's like, I should be working on NC projects. I mean, yeah, it sounds stupid when you put it that way, but like, this is my job, you know? It's more like, I shouldn't be reading right now because I have to go do my job. We have to kill this guy. Actually, I'm gonna do this the smart way. There we go. There we go. Maybe a couple more in the forest. And this whole clearing, probably. I haven't been recording the whole stream. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This project is so big, not having small pieces of footage like this is fine. I want a different one. I want Fallen Rock 2. Alright. I guess we can do these little ponds. We can do, like, this whole thing. Because there are, like, a couple ponds right here that are just, like... whatever, like, pretty small. Just a couple tiny things. Like that, and then there's another one, like, here. Yeah, just a couple tiny little things like this. It doesn't connect well here, so I'm gonna do raise. Just raise this a little bit. Raise it a little bit like this. This is a broken tree. Okay. Now we need to get rid of all this. I'm actually gonna fill water 100. Yeah. It's probably faster to just use water buckets, honestly, with the grass like this. Honestly, probably faster to just do it by hand. Not when stuff like that happens. There we go. There we go. And now this one. Got this whole side. There we go. Surely that'll do it. Yeah. There we go. And then we're going to do dirt. And this, we need ore, dirt, and then stone. And then we're going to do noise painter. We're going to scroll down until we find stones. There it is. And we're just going to do that. And we're going to do that. And then there we go. Yippee! Now we got to do the chasm over here. Let me clear my inventory. Come on. There we go. Alright, so for this chasm, we need to get rid of all the glass outside. Let's clear my mask, and we need to do and block glass adjacent air. And we paint with air block. And then we just do this. And now most of the glass is gone on the outside. Yep. And then we select all of this. The whole thing. Boom. Control X, move down until it's about in line with the surface. Like that, maybe? And then it doesn't make it all the way down, which is expected, but close enough. So now if I enter, and then we remove all the glass from the inside, we have a chasm. And we just have to trim this back a little bit. Fix up the top. Whee! Oh, nope. Whee! Here we go. And then if we go all the way down, we can quickly remove this little thing that we don't need. And then we come back up here, and we can finish digging out this little chasm here by doing this. Size 5. 7. Let's go 9. Yeah, 9's probably pretty good. And we just dig. And then eventually it comes out almost perfectly aligned. Boom. Let's get rid of all this. Turn on no updates. Okay, and then we're just gonna paint like the whole thing with red wool. Shoot, I am messing up. Paint like this whole thing. Here we go. All the way down. Okay, and then once we get to here, we kind of need to mold this terrain together better using the weld tool, which isn't too hard. Shouldn't be anyways. I should do a little bit of stuff like this. But it's not really aligned very well from the top. We need to kind of like melt this bit of the terrain away. Open up the path a bit more. Like that. That's better. And then we melt this away. Whoops. Melt this all away. This whole like lip needs to be melted back a little bit. And then we just weld this back together a little bit more. Like so. Much better. And then we pull out the painter tool again, and we just kind of merge it together. We're going to bring out the smooth tool, actually, and we're going to smooth out the whole, like, bottom section of this chasm that I dug out manually. And that should be looking pretty good. Just need to paint a little bit more. Little bit more of the stuff here. And boom. Let's melt this away a little bit. There we go. And then if we come down here and we turn our brightness down, a little shaft of light. So now we can go all the way up and test it out. Oh, whoops. That looks like a problem for future me to fix. That looks like something I'll fix later. That looks like something I'm going to ignore for now. Whee! And here we are. And I think that's that. We got a good chunk of terrain done today. I think we're good to call it. Ugh. What a day. We got a lot done. This whole like area right here is completed. We started like with these things, I think, and we got all the way over there. So I think tomorrow we'll start moving down into this area. Maybe tomorrow we can finish the whole area south of Tanagar Canyon. Like this whole area. That might be possible. There's a universe in which we could be done with the surface in a week. There is a universe in which, like, next Monday we'll be in the depths working. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna call it there. We got a good amount of work done today. Productive day. And we barely even argued about the glyph colors. Look at us go, huh? Alright. I think I'll be live tomorrow. I should be live tomorrow. I don't see why I won't be. I'm having fun with the streams. They're keeping me productive. So yeah. I should be seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon. If I miss the afternoon stream, I might even do it in the evening. I don't know. I haven't done an evening stream in a while. I might switch and do one of those again. I don't know. Regardless, I should be seeing you guys at some point tomorrow. So, yeah. You guys will have a good rest of your nights. Talk to you guys later.